we now have confirmation that Marvel Studios and Sony are still butting heads when it comes to the production of Spider-Man films in the MCU. The latest is related to Kraven, who of course is getting his own standalone film next year, but this goes all the way back to Spider-Man 2, aka Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home in the MCU, where Marvel Studios wanted to use Kraven, but Sony barred them from doing it, saying you can only use it after we introduce him in a standalone film. So we've known for a while that Sony and Marvel Studios and Disney have this weird relationship. Obviously, they're helping each other out, but still, they are independent and they got their own profits to deal with. So each side obviously wants to get a little bit more of, well, what they want, right? So it's not surprising that we've missed Kraven multiple times. Even in the MCU, we know that they tried every single film to get him in there, but things kept falling apart. Well, as it's been revealed, there were several pitches, including ones by John Watts, about pitching something to do with Kraven. But it all got back to Sony, who told Marvel Studios and Disney, there's none of that. We're not going to do that. He's unavailable to use in anything up until we establish him in a standalone solo film. Once that's done, then you guys can use him. Now, you guys obviously see what exactly Sony's going for here, right? You let us cast the character, you let us do the film, you let us do all this just like they did with Venom and Morbius, and then we're going to pull our own thing here to try to make it look like it's in the MCU. So if you want to use the character, you got to use our actor. We obviously saw that they did this with Morbius when they pulled Michael Keaton in there as Vulture to try to pull off like some sort of pseudo half-baked MCU connection, and how they try to further push this with all the mystery and, oh look, Spider-Man, murderer, all this, right? And how they were playing off of, hey, Venom could feature Spider-Man. I mean, it's their tactic and I see what they're going for, but obviously I think people are waking up to it and are a little smarter to the whole situation. So ultimately, I think this just ends up hurting Sony more, because if Kraven flops, then, you know, why would Marvel Studios want to use Kraven finally? Like, there's no point to it. So it's kind of a weird situation.